Hey, it's Haley here. So, I haven't posted in a really long time, and I was thinking, why not post something? Cause I don't know, there's nothing else to do, guys. Like, stores are opening up, but you're supposed to wear a freaking mask. And I hate those freaking masks. So yeah, today's video is going to be about my experience with dude, why can't I freaking think? A corona test. So for like one of like the COVID-19 tests. So this is weird because I don't know if anyone has gotten tested for it yet or anything, but I had to do mine by myself. And it was really weird, and it was shady, and I took my little sister with me, and I was like, what the F is this? This is so shady. My hair is, okay, what are you doing, buddy? Okay, so basically, I went to the Walmart in Joliet, and probably my first mistake because that Joliet Walmart on Jefferson is, I don't know, I feel like they always have problems. Okay, I don't know. No, that looks stupid. Anyway, that Walmart is kind of shady at times because people like to go there and like cause trouble. If you've ever seen any of those videos where people are like fighting and you're just like, okay. Anyway, so basically, yeah, I went to that Walmart. It was in the parking lot. It was a whole little like drive-through kind of thing. You just like follow the cones and like where it's marked off at, yada yada. And then basically, so my first instinct was to roll down the window, which is what I did. And then Emily, my little sister, was literally like, oh, like they want you to put the window up, and she's like, she wants you to read like these like papers or whatever. So they had these laminated signs, and they basically showed them to me and were like, do the stuff on the signs. So then I just was doing all the stuff, and then they had you show your ID. I don't really know why, but I mean, maybe it was to show your ID and show that I had an appointment for it, but it was in my car, so it was shady AF. So yeah, I just like showed my paper that I had an appointment at, I think it was like 1 o'clock or something, and then my ID on the window, super awkward, whatever. And then basically I would move up in line, and then they would like tell me what to do. So what I had to do was literally call the nurse or whoever, and they basically ran me through the whole process of what to do with it. And they gave me like the little bag, like they handed it to me, not with their hands, I think with like, I don't know, just like tongs or some shit, I don't know. And then I grabbed it, and like you have like a little tube, and then you have this gigantic like cotton swab. It's like so freaking long, and at the end you literally like break it off and put the cotton part into the tube and put it back into like the plastic with like your little appointment paper, and then you put it in this red cooler at the end. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, red cooler, oh, awesome, whatever. So I did all of that basically, and she like instructed me to like put my head back and then swab one side and then swab the other. I feel like I did it wrong because other people were like, yeah, it was super uncomfortable, it hurt, blah blah blah, and I was like, I think I did it wrong. The only reason why I'm saying that is because it tickled more than it like hurt. It didn't hurt, so I feel like I didn't do it far enough. I don't know. Like, how do you do that by yourself, to yourself? So whatever. yeah, so it was like really weird. Emily recorded it, as you can see, and it was really weird. I don't know, it was weird. And then I got my test results back in like 3 days, I think, and it was negative, but I feel like I don't know. It was negative, but I'm like, did I freaking do it right? Because I don't know. Because it didn't hurt, and it didn't really feel super, super uncomfortable. It just was like, okay, this is not supposed to be in my nose, and it's just super ticklish. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, that was weird. I didn't really feel any symptoms, but you know what? You never know. You can literally have it and not know that you have it. So thanks, 2020. But it's so weird because sometimes I get really paranoid and I'm like, I'll like cough or something and I'm like, oh my god, am I okay? And then sometimes I'll be like, I feel like I'm dying. Of course, that's like me exaggerating, but yeah. Or I'll be like, my throat kind of hurts a little bit today. But does anybody else do that? Like, I literally will be like, am I okay? Like, I'm coughing. That was weird. I don't cough like that. And then I'll get paranoid, and then I'll be like, oh my god, what if I do have it? Should I go to work? Should I tell someone? Blah, 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 blah. And then it turns out, like, you're actually, like, okay. It sucks that if we're coughing or not feeling well, or feeling off, or having a sore throat, or no taste, or whatever other symptoms they have now, we have to get tested. It can't just be like, I'm gonna take some NyQuil and go to sleep. That was literally me at school. I was like, well, pop some pills and some water and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to work sick because I'm a trooper. I mean, yeah. And now it's like you can't really do that because people are gonna look at you weird. Like, that's literally how I feel. I feel like people just are like, oh my god, she sneezed or she's coughing. What the? And it's like, okay, I sneezed or coughed into my like arm. So I'm washing my hands or putting Germ-X, whatever. So like I'm just, yeah. People just look at you so weird. They're like, they judge so hard. Like you, I don't even know. Like you have an STD or something. Like, I don't know. Like you're different. And I'm just like, I don't like this. It's so uncomfortable. Because they're like, can I get a mask too? And I'm like, it's like offensive. Rude. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this, guys. That's pretty much the process of what I went through. I have to get it done again. Not a big deal. Sometimes I feel like I'm like sick, and then I'm like, no, you're fine, stop. But yes, stay safe. I don't even know what else to say because the world is opening back up, and there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm like just driving along, not really, and then all of a sudden you see someone with a face mask on and you're like, what? I'm just like, I'll just be like driving along like, oh, it's a normal day, like whatever, regular. And all of a sudden people have face masks on and Germ-X and don't want to be near you and literally look at you weird if you cough or sneeze. And it's like, I literally forget like this is a thing, guys. Like I'll be in like a drive-thru somewhere and I'll be like getting my coffee or whatever, and I'll be like, we're in a pandemic. Oh yeah, this is a thing. Whoops. I don't know. All you have to do, you have to practice all of the stuff that they want you to practice. It's really stressful. The world is going through it right now. 2020 is showing us no mercy. I live in Illinois, and it's just like, here's a couple tornadoes. Here is some of this. Here's some people who are sick, corona, some riots, different things. It's like, okay, 2020, I get it. Good, good. Okay, thanks. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Hopefully this is like a short video that people will watch, because, you know, I'm sure all 5 of my followers are getting tired of me, so. Bye!
Then I insert from one side of the nose. And come in deeper. Very good. You're doing perfect. Now rotate it twice and hold it there until I tell you. For just a few more seconds. Okay, good. Now do the other side. And do exactly the same thing, okay? So come in deeper and then rotate it twice and hold it in place. You're almost done. Almost. Okay, good. Now close it.